Muted. There we go. There we go. Now maybe you can hear me. Okay. Ha-cha-cha. Sorry about that, folks. If it looked like I was talking, it's because I was, but my microphone was muted because I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, welcome to another installment of our Joy of Pancakes live stream series. This is a stream series that we used to do as a produced video that we would put on our YouTube on Saturdays, and we decided, let's give it a shot. Let's start doing it live. It's a lot easier on the back end, less editing. But I'm just chilling in the Pancake studio by myself right now. I got a range of colors in front of the griddle here that I'm going to be using to make some beautiful long-form pancake art designs. We got some relaxing music playing, and so I'm going to start. I have a prompt to start with that's on the title of the stream. It's going to be Venus, because I saw a news story that apparently they discovered some primordial life on Venus. So we'll get started doing some space stuff, but otherwise, just drop in, hang out, relax, and let me know what you think in the comments. Let me know how your day is going, and connect with me as I make pancake art for you. Let's see, we got a couple folks tuning in on Facebook. This is fantastic. So yeah, this is all colored pancake batter in front of my griddle. If this is the first time you're joining us, hey there on YouTube, we got a comment from Almer Benorte. Hello, thanks for dropping in. Purple Anubis, how you doing over on Twitch, Purple Anubis? Hi, Odie Dan, excited for pancake time. Pamela Heestand on Facebook says hi there. Almer Benorte, I appreciate the virtual hug. I'll send you one back. I'm going to go ahead and get started. Like I said, my prompt for today, the first one is going to be Venus. And after I do some fun little Venus art, we'll take some prompts from the chat, and y'all can help influence the pancakes I make. Usually I make between 2 to 3. Sometimes I might get to 4. It really depends on how fast I go. And ooh, that's kind of cool. Could Venus have been habitable? I like that. It's not really what Venus looks like now, but this is art, man. We're here to have fun. We're here to chill. Awesome. Well, I'm glad to hear you're doing great, Purple Anubis. And for everybody else that's watching, let me know how you're doing. Feel free to leave me a comment. I'm going to do my very best. I'm going to be focusing on the griddle for a lot of this, so I might not be able to respond to every single comment I see if a bunch of comments come in at once and it bumps the feed down, but I will try and interact with everybody that comments, so please, let me know how you're doing. Veronica Zuvitia, did I say your name right? Says hi. Hi, Veronica. Thanks for saying hello. So I'm going to go ahead and start this Venus prompt. Now, if you've never seen me do the Joy of Pancakes before, I am a professional pancake artist, and all the stuff I have in front of me is colored pancake batters. The palette I'm using today is a little bit different than the one I normally use, because Dana mixed me some extra colors before she left last night. So we'll see what I can get into. I usually end up making, there's some stylistic decisions that I go with, because I have this slightly limited palette. If you see what Pancakes does on our social media, you'll see a lot of like different kinds of styles, and every now and then you can take a look at the pancakes that are on the wall behind me when the camera switches over here, and you can see that we'll do like portraits and oil paint styles and all kinds of different things. But with this limited palette, I'm kind of forced to do some sort of pop art stylization. So I use a lot of like strong black and white lines, and just kind of take the limitations I have and do the best that I can with them. I try to really push it to its limit. Some clouds here. Charlie Software on Facebook says, hey, what's up, Dan? Can't wait to watch today. Well, I really appreciate you dropping in and leaving a comment. Let me know you're watching. That's cool. It's good to hear from you, bud. Got a smiley face from Almer Benorte. And Veronica on Facebook says, I'm actually on lunch break right now. Well, hopefully I'll be able to make this pancake fast enough that you don't have to get back to work before I'm done. But if you do, all these live feeds get posted to our social media channels afterwards, so you can just review the whole thing if you want, just like you're watching a regular video. Let me do some atmosphere here. I am fascinated by some of the ideas I've heard about interplanetary life and all that stuff. There's one in particular that sticks out to my brain, like the idea that human beings, or our ancestors, whatever human ancestors are, migrated from Venus or Mars some hundreds and thousands of years ago, and we just forgot. I love that kind of stuff. I love stuff that it's like it seems unlikely, but it's also like impossible to disprove, because it's making wild speculation about the deep history of time and stars. And like, I'm big on the Atlantis myth. I think it's just really interesting, an interesting idea, the idea that, oh, maybe there's this whole buried civilization hidden underneath the Antarctic sea ice that we just can't detect because the ice is so dense. You know, I mean, it's a fun thought, right? It's kind of horrifying. Can you imagine if, like, we allow climate change to continue unchecked to the point that Antarctica starts to melt and you just find these weird, strangely advanced giant temples all engulfed in sea ice? The implications would be so surreal. Pamela Heaston on Facebook asks, what temp is the surface usually? Better to be cooler than warmer? Yeah, Pamela, especially when I'm teaching somebody that doesn't do pancake art very often, I usually tell folks to draw with your griddle off. But I've also found that if there's no heat at all, it's harder to get those little fine points and little details like that. So what you might see me do from time to time is turn the griddle on for about 10 or 15 seconds. But I really don't want to let the griddle get more than a little hot. It's probably going to be 100, maybe 120 degrees. Like, really not quite enough to, like, really burn me or cook the batter. But what it does is it sets the lines. The lines solidify a little bit, and it gives me a little bit more control over my detail. So, but yeah, like I said, I usually tell folks that are just starting out, just draw with it off. Take all the time you need, and then once you've put all your line art down, fill it in, turn the griddle on, and then flip the pancake over when it's done cooking. That way you don't have that pressure, you know, that like, oh gosh, I'm racing the griddle if I don't do it fast enough. There's different ways to do it too. Some people draw with the griddle at a high temperature and actually use the heat to add contrast to their lines, but when you're using gel coloring, which is how I color all my pancake batters, you don't want to use that technique, because no matter what color you put in your batter, it all turns the same shade of brown. So, pro tips. We've actually got a full 17-minute long Pancakes 101 tutorial video on our YouTube and on our website, pancakes.com, that goes more in depth into like some of the specific tips and tricks to make it so you can follow along with the way that I'm doing it. So if that's something you're interested in, I'd love to have you having one more pancake artist in the world. Charlie says, I should draw Krypton next, pre-explosion. I might do that. I mean, I'm not sure what Krypton looks like, but I might throw it in the background here. Another hyena over on YouTube says, how am I late this time? You're not very late, Anna. I've only been going about 5 minutes at this point. I'm glad you can join us. Almer says, wow, I send you a big greeting. You're very good people and are so professional. Appreciate you saying that, Almer. Elbow cough. No problem, Pamela. I'm glad I can be of assistance. I've been very happy with the way that these Joy of Pancakes streams have been going. Folks have been tuning in and giving me a lot of encouragement and lots of suggestions for what should be drawn and all that kind of stuff, and it's just very fulfilling. It's keeping me sane in otherwise insane times. It's really nice to have y'all here, honestly. Strange cloud shapes here. The more that I've been doing these like very simple stylized designs, the more I've gotten to this realization that it's almost not important at all that the shapes are accurate to whatever, you know, atmospheric clouds really look like. It's more, I think it's been way more about creating shapes that are satisfying, like pleasing to the eye, even if they're just kind of abstract like that, you know, like just kind of freestyling, you know. Just wherever I feel like there might need to be a little bit more visual intrigue, I'll add a couple lines for some texture, a couple dots. It's just enough to make it seem really interesting, like there's a lot going on, you know. It's interesting how having limitations can really draw out these sort of compensating strategies. Like, well, I can only do so many colors, so what if I just do these crazy patterns with the colors I have? You know? Angie Blanco on Facebook asks, make Jack and Sally Nightmare Before Christmas? I might do something like that. I'll keep that in my back pocket for once I'm done with this Venus design here. So I've got some clouds and some atmosphere and some ice caps. So I'm going to do some fake landmass, because the image I'm looking at over here is, it's like a hypothetical, like, was Venus habitable at some point in the long distant past? I just love the idea, you know, that maybe long, I mean, you think about how old the universe is versus how young human civilization is. Is it really that strange to consider that maybe even in our solar system, other similar civilizations to our own have come and gone? That's kind of a crazy idea, isn't it? Maybe there's some sort of a terrible beauty to it. Oh. I've also found that now that we've got our workshop set up and I can actually preserve my pancake art, that it's been a lot more satisfying for me to just kind of take a long time doing these sort of freestyle original pieces, because I know that I'm going to be able to put it on the wall behind me at some point. And it's a very special feeling. As an artist who has worked in a medium where that hasn't been an option for 6 years, being able to suddenly, quote unquote, do art is very, very gratifying. It makes me very happy. Almer on YouTube says, how delicious pancakes, make more videos, please. We are planning on it, my friend. We are planning on making all kinds of content. Where it's really, we used to do parties and birthdays and events and stuff, and now this is all we got is content and people paying us to make preserved pancakes and like commission videos and that sort of thing. So I'm really excited about the potential of doing more of that. And so stuff like this is just one of the many ways I have to get the word out there. Pamela, you can see me doing that right now, where I'm kicking the griddle on to set the lines of those continents there, just so that they don't bleed or slide around when I start to fill them in. Charlie on Facebook says, you are the Bob Ross of breakfast, sir. That's what I'm going for. I appreciate you saying so. The Noodle Princess says, ooh, this looks like it's going to be a good one. Yeah, I feel that way too. I'm really enjoying the weird mountain textures and... Well, and I am intending on doing a background for this. This is sort of just like the foreground piece, you know? Looks like a weird Europe. I want to come back through with this dark brown and do a little bit more intrigue just in the land masses here. I'm really excited for the other Pancakes artists to come in and do one or two of these Joy of Pancake streams, because until they get that opportunity, I don't think it's going to be quite as real to them as it is to me, because I don't know, just being able to interact with y'all real time, it's like, I don't know. I was raised in a sort of instant gratification world, right? I was raised in I got my first Facebook account when I was 13, and that was back when Facebook was still basically new. And so there's all this, like, you get really used to input, output, positive, scrolling, all the stuff that they warn you about, your social media addiction and stuff. And at the same time, now that live streaming is a thing, it's like, when I make content like this, I don't have to wait to share it at all. Like, I can literally just hop on the cameras, press stream, and hang out. And I'm just kind of blown away that I didn't think about it before, you know? Like, it's very cool. We're gonna get a couple colors in the ocean here. This mythical, hypothetical ocean. Anna the Hyena says, I made apple pie for the first time today and it's actually quite good. Well, congratulations, Anna. That's pretty impressive stuff. Baking is a science, man. Like, that's a tricky thing to be good at, or to pull off. Or maybe I should say, it's very easy to mess up baking, to make something that isn't as good as you hoped. So, good job. I don't think of myself as a baker, or a chef, really. People are always like, so you're like a chef? Really more of just a goofy artist. I picked a strange medium to be good at. Order these. Strange colors. I love this. This is going to be really interesting. Dana mixed a couple of colors that I don't normally use in the Pancakes palette. So that's going to leave a slightly more alien character, I think. This weird off green tone I'm using here, surrounding all those land masses with. See, and I've got I've got an indigo and a blue. Let's... yeah, we'll do that. Double of those green borders with a slightly bluer one. And then I'll fill the rest with actual blue. That'll be interesting. Let's see. Becca Kennelly over on Facebook asks, can you do a unicorn? I'm capable of doing that, Becca. I will keep that in mind for whatever pancake I do after this one. I might try and mix that up with another request and see if we can make some zany mishmash combination effect. Almer Banorte on YouTube says, how cute do you draw? How do you draw so well? That's a lot of practice, honestly. A lot of diving into potential mistakes without psyching myself out, without getting into my own head to the point that I don't risk making mistakes. That's why the Pancakes motto is, mistakes are delicious. Actually, I got it on our drawer here. Because mistakes are delicious, because, you know, I feel like that's a positive thing to teach people, especially kids learning art. The Noodle Princess says, I'm a cake decorator. My friends want me to try pancake art, so I'm trying to pick up tips watching you. You know, the Noodle Princess, I like to think that I'm one of the best sources of pancake art tips. And Becca Kennelly says on Facebook, how hot is the griddle? Is that what you call it? Yeah, it's a griddle. And this is actually the Pancakes pancake art griddle. That's why our logo's on it. You can actually buy this as a part of the Pancakes pancake art kit on our website, pancakes.com, if you are so inclined to get a griddle specifically designed for pancake art. But I basically have it set to off right now. You will occasionally see me I don't know how many... Does Venus have any moons? Whatever. It's art. But as I was saying, you will occasionally see me turn the griddle on to set the lines I've put down, which is to say to turn them quickly from a liquid to a solid, but I'm not really cooking them all the way through yet. That's just so that, like, when I do layering, like when I do subsequent line art beneath or next to the lines I've already put down, they don't bleed and blend in a way I don't want them to. So yeah, every now and then you'll see me reach over to my temperature gauge, but I'm not really turning it on all the way. I'm just turning it on just enough to add about 100, 125 degrees of heat just to take these lines, these liquid lines, and solidify them. And just doing that alone gives me a little bit more control over how my lines ultimately appear on the final product. Just doing some little stars here just to sort of contextualize that, yes, this is in fact outer freaking space. On YouTube, Anna the Hyena has suggested a unicorn combined with Ninetales. It would be cool, but difficult, I guess. You just have to make it rainbow with a unicorn horn. That's a good idea. We'll see how I feel after I do this one. I aim to please. I like making y'all happy. I like incorporating as many other people's suggestions as I reasonably can without sacrificing the composition of whatever piece I happen to be working on. So I really like being able to incorporate y'all's suggestions. Makes me feel good. So you can see that I'm taking my gray and outlining all my white lines, because I did most of the line work of this design in white. And what I'm doing here is essentially creating a glow effect, if that makes sense. Like, you can imagine that all of these things floating in outer space are... The only reason you can see them is because they are reflecting light, right? If there weren't any light hitting them, you wouldn't be able to see them. If there wasn't a sun nearby, these would just be shadows floating in the void. But, presumably, there is a sun nearby, and presumably it is basically looking at it head on. Like, if this was a 3D object, the sun would be here. So all these things are sort of reflecting a glow of light, a halo of light around them as that light comes back towards the viewer. And by wrapping all these white lines in gray, it creates this illusion that light is slowly being turned into darkness on the corners. It's like it's a glow effect. And it can also hold your design together. Like all these little pieces that aren't connected, the more batter you draw between them, as long as there's contrast, eventually well, let's see. Take a gander at something real quick. I'm going to switch to... I like to do cool colors for the... Let me think. We got gray. I'll switch to this indigo. We'll do one more layer of glow before we go to a really dark color. Charlie Soffer on Facebook says, 0 moons. Oh, I gave it so many moons now. But Mars has 2, and we have 1, so they just came to visit. Yeah, I think that's reasonable. Seems like there's a monster delay on the feed. So if you responded to that a while back and are still waiting for my response, I'm sorry about that. I'll take a look at that after the stream ends and see if I can. I mean, it should be fine for now, but yeah, that's not the best thing in the world. I think a lot of that delay comes from the fact that we use Restream, which is how we're able to stream to Twitch and Facebook and Instagram and YouTube and all that stuff at the same time. And so we connect to more of our friends and fans, but we don't necessarily have the ideal streaming resolution or whatever. I don't know words. I just work here. Okay. Now I need to color in those moons. The orange and red one. Just kind of winging it. Green, the yellow one. And we'll do a nice purple and blue one. Cool. Last thing I want to do is I like to have just a little bit of like a space gas. That's one of the things I really like to do on planetary designs like this, where you just kind of do this swooping sort of back and forth that makes it seem like maybe there's like a nebula nearby. You can do a couple of little texture lines around it just to give it the gaseous effect. And then you take your black and you can outline the whole thing. Really bring it into that void, right? It's the void of space. Space, the final frontier. Pancakes at Jalad and Tanagra. When the pancakes fell. When the pancakes flipped. There we go. Any Star Trek fans out there? That's like the only reference I know. My wife showed me an episode of Star Trek and it was that one. Just so I could get the vibe. The what if style of their fiction. Kick that griddle on. Okay. So now, for anybody that's following along and wanting to see what I'm doing here, I've given a border to the pancake, which is something I like to do because it holds it all together and makes it pop like it's on a canvas. And then I kick the griddle up to about 200 or 225 degrees. So still pretty cool compared to how you're normally going to cook pancakes if you're just making pancakes in the kitchen. That's hot enough to cook the pancakes all the way through, but not so hot that it'll burn it very easily. So it keeps the color, I use the phrase color fidelity. It stays true to the colors that I wanted the batter to be, more so than it would if I cooked it at a hotter temperature. So Yeah. Let me check my thing right here. Checking out the work of some of the other pancake artists out in the world. Becca Kennelly says, nice colors. Thank you, Becca. Appreciate that. This is a little bit different than the normal palette I use on Joy of Pancakes, just because these are the ones that Dana mixed for me before she left last night. So there's a couple of, I think she was going to make a Bulbasaur pancake, and that's why there's multiple greens and blues here. So that's pretty cool. It's fun to change it up from time to time. Stella Woe Cabafingen, hope I said that right, on Facebook says, whenever I get a chance to view your live, it's a joy to watch you all. Well, I really appreciate you saying that, Stella. Thank you. Almer Benorte on YouTube says, can you draw Kohei Korekoshi? Thank you. I'll take a look. I do try and keep the pancakes I make on Joy of Pancakes to sort of a freestyle, wibbly wobbly. You know, like I try not to do too many specific characters or anything like that. I'll take a look. Ella Campos on Facebook asks, how do they taste? They taste like buttermilk pancakes. We only need about 2 or 3 drops of each gel color in each of these bottles to get the colors that we use. And this is the same coloring that professional bakers use to color their cupcake icing, so it doesn't really do anything to the texture or flavor of the batter, so it still feels, looks, and tastes like buttermilk pancake mix. That can change if you happen to use a ton of a color to get like super deep, super rich colors, but usually we tend to stay away from using overdoing it, as it were. Okay. As this pancake cooks, there's going to be bubbles that appear on the back, and they pop, and they release steam as the water in the batter transforms. And when it's ready to flip, what I'm doing right here, I call this process carving, because since we don't use any non-stick spray, the pancake has a tendency to be a little bit stuck to the surface of the griddle, and so you want to just sort of gently nudge it. You're sort of coaxing it to release, saying, hey, it's time to flip. There's people watching. You ready, pancake? I don't want to force it. I want to just sort of work my way towards the center so that I can get all of it to release from the griddle. And once it moves like this, that's how I know it's ready to flip. I'm going to turn my griddle off. And I'm going to flip it over. Y'all ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Well, I hope that camera shifted in time. Let's see. Oh, it's on the wide. Hold on a second, y'all. I'll switch to the overhead so you can see it. There we go. First pancake of the stream. What do y'all think? I think that's pretty cool. I really like the cloud effects I did on the planet's surface. It's very otherworldly. Thank you, Anna. Appreciate you saying that. Anna the Hyena on YouTube says beautiful as always. Purple Anubis on Twitch says so pretty. Ella Campos on Facebook says wow. Oh, I missed that comment from Jenny Lynn. I remember you made me a pancake a few years ago at a conference. It was beautiful and tasty. I'm so happy to catch you live. Keep it up. I appreciate you saying that, Jenny. I'm glad that I had the chance to make you something live. Yeah, and the pancakes I'm working on right now are about the same flavor, so you can imagine if you will. I appreciate you all saying that. You're very kind. So we'll go ahead and plate that. I need to make another pancake after this one. So let me think here. I know that I had a couple of requests. Somebody wanted a Ninetales unicorn, which I thought that might actually be kind of cool. Daniel Kempin on Facebook says, awesomeness. Thanks for saying so, Daniel. Namesake. Got the same name. Somebody else asked for something. I think the Ninetales is actually kind of a cool idea. A Ninetales rainbow unicorn. We'll go ahead. We'll go right into it. Oh, hold on. I made a mistake. I forgot to take a photo of this. We always post photos of the finished products to our website afterwards, so I gotta make sure I remember to take a photo on my phone of the pancakes I make. The Noodle Princess on Twitch asked a really good question, a really good tech question. They asked, is there anything you do for griddle care, or is it pretty low maintenance? It is, assuming you only use your griddle for pancake batter. I imagine if we were to cook bacon or anything with lots of strange oils and stuff like that, then it would be a little bit more of a hassle to clean. But we usually just wipe it down with a damp towel and let it dry, let it air dry. If there's, you know, I mean, I think I'm the cleanest of the pancake artists here at the studio. Like, my space is always pretty in order. And you'll see that I tend to just wipe it with this towel as I go, just to keep the surface of it clear. But yeah, since we don't put any, and nothing like sticky and weird gets put on the griddle almost ever, so it's like, basically this is how, like, the way I just wiped it down like that is how I would usually clean it. It's very, very easy. And I do believe that it is, you can wash it, like you can take the element out and, or the thermostat out and actually wash it if you happen to use it for bacon or something like that, and it does work for that. It's a perfectly acceptable griddle. Let me see. I think it was Enna the hyena that suggested it, a Ninetales unicorn. I'm gonna do this Alolan Ninetales. It's a little variant, very cloud looking. A little bit more like a unicorn, so combine some of the suggestions here. I'm gonna do black outlines now. Let's see. Start on the snout. Little nose there. One unicorn horn. It's a subtle thing, but y'all might occasionally notice how I will reposition my wrist to do certain lines, because I've found that it's easier to get straight, steady lines if I'm going with the direction that my wrist naturally wants to go. So like when I drew that horn, I slid my wrist up here and did that so that I could just draw it naturally without doing some sort of a weird, awkward, it wouldn't be as natural, so I wouldn't be able to make the lines as straight. It's one of those things that takes practice, but the more you practice, the better you get at it, and then eventually you're able to draw with batter like you're drawing with a pencil. I'm actually better at drawing in pancakes than I am in just about anything else. It's kind of funny when you really think about it. Of all the mediums a person could be really good at, breakfast food. flowing hair, flowing mane. And of the hyenas. Saying on YouTube, the only thing I could find close to a unicorn or Ninetales was a Dragonair Ninetales hybrid. That looks awesome. Yeah, I think this will be pretty neat looking. Simple enough, you know? Or at least as far as the reference is concerned. Tiny, tiny little glint of light there. Probably going to use a lot of white for the highlights on this one. Okay. Now there's 9 whole tails. But these are really frilly, ribbony tails, so. See if I can make sure that they're all there, or at least it seems like they're all there. Dylan Brown Nintendo Pokemon on YouTube says, "Hi, Pokemon. Yeah, we're making a Ninetales, an Alolan Ninetales as a unicorn right now, based on a suggestion by Enna the Hyena, who I believe is also over there on YouTube. So you got them to thank for this." Okay, I think we got something there. Dylan Brown over on YouTube says, Pokemon Lucario. You know, Lucario is actually my favorite Pokemon. We've done one of those before. Actually did one fairly recently. That's on our Instagram and YouTube if you want to take a gander at that. It's one of my favorite ones I've made. Appreciate the encouragement, y'all. Little Princess, Anna the Hyena. And those lovely highlights. I enjoy doing the highlights because I just know how the stark contrast between the white batter and the black batter really sells it. And also, for anybody that's watching and hoping for some actual pancake art tips, the dye that we put in the white batter, because this isn't just plain pancake batter, this is batter that we've put white gel coloring in. That dye has a slightly different composition than the other dyes, which is to say that it changes the texture of the batter ever so slightly. And I've found that as a result of that slight change in texture, I'm actually able to I have a little bit more control over how the white batter sets. Which is to say, like, if I want to do jagged lines, it's a little bit easier for me to get them to stay pointy, even though the liquid nature of the batter is to congeal and round itself out. So you'll see that a lot of times, like points like that I put on the texture will just stay instead of smudging back into the rest of the batter. So, pro tip, keep it in mind if you're going to do pancake art. Noodle Princess on Twitch says, I just thought of my next request for the donation stream. I'm excited about that. For those of you that don't know, every Sunday we're shifting it to 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So we used to do it at 3 p.m., but we do it at 2 p.m. now. But every Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time, we do a request live stream. So right now I'm doing just a couple of long-form pancakes. The joy of pancakes vibe is that I'll take a couple suggestions and then I just kind of draw for a long time. And so it's supposed to be this relaxing, drawn out, you know, you're not here to get your request so much as you are to just watch pancake art get made. But the request live stream we do on Sundays, you can actually send in images and designs that you want us to make for you. And that's, like I said, that's every Sunday, 3 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So at the same time as this stream, except we move a lot faster. We're doing slightly simpler designs so that we can get to more people. And if that's something you're interested in, it would be super cool for you to drop through. It sounds like the Noodle Princess knows what they're going to get for their next visit to the stream. Dylan Brown, I'm glad you think this is going to be pretty cool. Dot for light, little dot for shading. Finish it off with cool. Let's see. Almer Benorte says, oh, you already draw yourself? Have you seen, I've done a couple of self-portraits before. There's actually one that we haven't published to our feed yet. I filmed a time-lapse of myself because I've improved as an artist over the years, and so we do these glow-up posts sometimes. So there's a self-portrait pancake that I make in one of these coming videos that's going to come out that it's got like a side-by-side with one of the first self-portraits I ever made when I still worked at the diner and was using a drip cut instead of pancake bottles like this. I was using like the most awkward drawing implement imaginable, and so my portrait is extremely cartoony. But I've got much better tools at my disposal now, and I've grown considerably as an artist, and I've found that there's a lot of things I'm capable of that I never would have thought possible in pancake batter back then, so I'm excited to publish that video. How am I going to do this? This blue is not particularly... I'm not satisfied with it. I guess I could do the gray. I suppose I could do the gray. Here's what I'll do. I will add just another layer of... This is what I'll do. We'll add a little bit more visual intrigue to the lines I've already got. Build it out a little. Our motto at Pancakes is mistakes are delicious, so you'll see me do a lot of goofy stuff on these streams where I'm just like, let's try something, let's see how it turns out. And every now and then I like the way it looks, and sometimes I don't. And you know what? That's okay. If it looked perfect every time, I'd never learn anything. Shout out to Tiger Tomato. Just doing a little bit of shading here and there. Now the rest I'm going to fill in with gray. I think I might... Oh, Dana's here.
Hey everybody.
Dana's another one of our artists who is fantastic. I mean, if you can put on a mic if you want to.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
I'll put on a mic because I'm going to take some footage of you doing satisfying stuff. So save me satisfying swoops for in 20 seconds. How you guys doing?
We have a very wonderful crowd here.
Thanks for putting that story up. I just checked on it.
I'm glad it finally posted.
Yeah, that's the annoying thing about Instagram is you have to like wait for it. Alright. I'm just social media-ing. Don't mind me, y'all.
This was a request from a couple of people in the chat. Somebody wanted Ninetales and somebody wanted a unicorn. So we're doing a unicorn Ninetales.
Rappatails.
Rappatail.
Woo!
Rapidash. This is a chill stream, Dana.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, guys.
We have fun at Pancakes.
I'm sorry.
Somebody's asking for further Pokemon in the chat, too. Maybe you should come over here and make a Bulbasaur.
Hey, there's an idea. Give me 1 second to post this, and I'll mix the appropriate colors, because I'm just seeing that I'm missing one. Just give me un momentito. How's the batter working?
It's delightful so far.
Cool beans. Gonna turn my mic off for a second.
Sure. Anna the Hyena says hello, Dana.
Oh, hello. Nice to see you guys. Hope you're having a good day.
I'm not sure what you're saying there, Dylan Brown, over on YouTube. Oh, there's a mistake. Good thing those are delicious, you know. I accidentally didn't color inside the lines there, but you know what? That's okay. Alright, so I really like to do backgrounds for my designs. Let me think, what would make sense? Here's what I'll do. I'm going to portion off around sort of a canvas shape here. Rough pancake shape, right? And then in the background there, I'm gonna go ahead. Oh, Jenny, our entertainer over on Twitch. Our friend Jenny, our other fantastic pancake artist, Jenny. She's based out in Anaheim, California, and Jenny also streams and does some beautiful pancake artwork. She's actually one of the most official artists of the Pancakes team because she actually went to school for art. I'm going to do some pine trees in the background here, I think. We'll see how those end up looking. Like a clearing.
Be a little odd to ask, but everyone watching, if you happen to come over from Instagram, like if you were on Instagram and you saw our story and you used the swipe up link, can you let me know? Like, so I sent a link to someone the other day, which I just use facebook.com/Dr. Dancake Live. It just takes you to our live page. But I actually sent it to Gina, and she was like, I can't find it. And so I was wondering, is it confusing? If anyone here came over from the swipe up link on Instagram, let me know if if I need to be more clear with instructions. If you swiped up to get here. Been meaning to ask that for a minute. Hopefully one of you guys came over from there.
The bases of tree trunks. Kick some heat on there. It's looking cool so far, says Jenny over on Twitch. Appreciate you, Jenny. Inna the Hyena says they're currently playing Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time, and your team is currently a Trico and a Piplup. Those are good Pokemon. I always liked Trico's attitude, as expressed in his design, their design. Almer Benorte says, good people, God bless you, and take care of yourselves, please. Very much appreciate you saying that, Almer. Very kind of you. These trees are going to be a mess. I'm gonna put some stars up in the sky. I just really like doing night skies. I can't help myself.
So we do have a good amount of batter, so I'm gonna make a little aqua. Oh wow, that is so cool so far. You know what this kind of reminds me of?
What's this remind you of, Dana?
You know, I want to say that person, but I know there's probably a few people doing it. When they repaint Pokemon cards, they add those really vibrant backgrounds. This is what it reminds me of, because obviously there's a Pokemon, but there's also like a pond and grass and trees and a sky. Oh, this is gonna be so cool. I love the stripe effects you do in the sky.
Okay.
Amazing.
So now, I'm going to outline this. I'll kick that griddle on.
Cool.
And we will. I'm gonna let that set for just a minute, and then move these colors back over here. Oh, dropping my bottles underneath my griddle. That's not where they go. And the hyena on YouTube says, this reminds me of the film The Last Unicorn.
Oh, that is such a good film. You have such good taste.
Would you believe I've never seen it?
So does that mean you've never heard, like, the song that might, like, most reliably will make me cry is the theme for that movie?
Yeah,
it's by America. It's like, so it seems like God, da da da, da 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 da. And there's just something about it that you will cry.
I haven't heard it.
It's just called The Last Unicorn by America.
Oh. How is everybody doing out there while this cooks? We can get another request, another prompt going in the chat. Sky's the limit, y'all. I don't know if you've seen, you can give as much, as little as just a couple of pretty words.
I don't even know what you said.
Pretty words?
Let's give a little bit of as little as a pretty word.
Just give us the pretty, and then do the guy by the sideways.
What's that thing you memorized for the Nutella commercial?
Has anyone ever been far even as to want to do more look like? The Noodle Princess on Twitch says, fall theme, spooky, deep sea. Purple Anubis on Twitch says, I'd like to see what you think of when you think of pancakes.
Huh?
Almer Benorte over on YouTube. Oh, you already draw yourself. Yeah, I'm trying to kind of lean away from the self-portraiture and stuff like that. Inkin Boker on Boker? Becker? Is that how you say your last name, Inkin? On Facebook says, sky's the limit, do Stevie Nicks. And the hyena on YouTube says, usually I'm not keen on a Alolan Ninetales, but it suits this so well. Yeah, I was looking at the references and I felt like that was the one that most matched a unicorn vibe.
Dan?
Yeah, what's up, Dan?
Where are the caps?
They're in the bottle, soaking.
Oh!
They all had a lot of gunk on them. These are some very good suggestions. I particularly like the Noodle Princess's spooky theme. I have an idea in mind. Spooky theme.
Spooky.
Let's see if we...
Hey, you got a good crowd.
Mm-hmm.
It's almost like people like you.
It's pretty fantastic.
Oh, may I film the flip?
You can absolutely film the flip. Is this going on the TikToks?
It might. You just let me know.
Needs to cook a little bit longer. It's shredding a little bit.
Please give me a heads up so I can mix this.
Absolutely.
Dan's actually drawn himself a few times on live stream, Almer. Like, people want your face on a pancake.
They would like to consume my entire head.
Praying mantis.
Okay.
I'm gonna do another slow motion shot.
This one's just about ready to flip. I'm gonna go make sure that camera's on the overhead. 3, 2, 1.
Wow. Dan.
I think that's very pretty.
Wow. That orange to contrast the blue on her is such a inspired choice. That
Thanks.
makes it pop like crazy. Dan.
Yeah, I think that's a really nice one.
Oh, wow, I'm sorry. I'm in the shot. I'm sorry,
okay.
guys. Taking videos for other social media platforms. Dan, that's incredible. You should be proud of that one.
I feel good about it.
Oh wow, comments are flooding in. They like it.
Hmm.
Yeah, that orange is brilliant against that bluish tail. So cool. You've just got such great color sense. Like, that's what I've been noticing on your Joy of Pancakes is every time you send them to me, they're just so insanely vibrant.
Gassing me up.
And you're not even using that many colors. Like, I bet you've talked to them about the Pancakes palette.
Mm-hmm.
And this time we have a little bit more because
you mixed some extras.
Because we mixed some extras for other things. So Dan just, wow, that looks so good. So Dan has a few bonus today, but he rocks it with just the bare minimum too, which is insane.
Happy with that one. I am going to go ahead and...
You want me to overhead it?
Oh no, you're okay.
Okay.
We will show these again at the end of the stream too, so... And we'll post them to the dancakes.com website if y'all want to look at them after the stream. But I really liked that spooky request. It is getting to be that time of the year, isn't it? So what I'm gonna do... And somebody also said, I want you to draw what you think of when you think of pancakes. I think it was over on Twitch. So I have an idea for a nice little spooky setting. I'm very excited about this one. Some goth pancake art. Okay. A chef's kiss. Mwah. Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna need this griddle to cool down just a little bit longer. Spooky potion pancakes, says Enna the hyena. That's a very good suggestion too.
This guy on potions.
I do like me some potions.
I like that stuff.
Let me think for a minute about what I'm gonna do here. Yeah, I know what I'm gonna do.
For anyone wondering why I'm making colors on the side, it's not for Dan specifically. We had somebody actually, so for any of you guys who remember our 48 hour, 24 hours a day Pokemon Pancake art live stream where we did the original 151 Pokemon in a row, no breaks. Well, you know, we traded up artists, but they went for 48 hours straight day and night. We are selling a lot of those pancakes, so when you're on the white chat, you look at the I guess the rightmost pancake on your screen. There's Ratata, and Eradicate. And so that's just 2 examples. So we've been selling them because we have them and we have the preservation method. And a lot of people have seen them, and even the ones that have sold, like I believe all 3 original starter families, Bulbasaur and family, Charmander and family, Squirtle and family, those sold. But there's a lot of people who have reached out and said, oh man, but I would kill to have a Bulbasaur like the one you made. So, we got someone who asked for a Bulbasaur, so I'm mixing up colors for a Bulbasaur that I or Dan will have to make at some point. I'm happy to make.
We'll probably make it on... Well, do we need to make the video of it?
Ooh, that's a good question.
It's hard. I'm not sure. It's complex to do the video and the streaming at the same time.
I doubt it, because they want the same one as
good point.
You made, and we have that video. And so they literally have, maybe not for theirs, but it'll be identical to the best of my ability, so I'll talk to Hank. But, in fact, I'll talk to him in a second. In case oh, man.
You're sitting here talking with your...
Talking without my mic on. Sorry if you guys couldn't... sorry, guys. Yeah, Noodle Princess said my mic's not on. Basically, what I was saying is that, someone reached out to have a preserved Bulbasaur pancake. So
that's what you're mixing colors for.
That's what I'm mixing colors for. Because people liked our 24-hour, 24/7, 48-hour Pokemon Pancake Art livestream pancakes enough that they're asking for duplicates of them, which is really cool. So if someone wants a Bulbasaur, I believe all the colors are here. I guess red is here. It's a pretty palette. I'm actually going to take a picture of that palette. This would be really pretty on something. Cool. I'll go talk to Hank about that.
Not sure if y'all can tell that I'm sculling it up over here. But I've got a couple of other clever tricks up my sleeve with this one too, so it's not just gonna be a skull. Had some very good prompts in the chat, things that light my brain up. Lots of little detail lines. The reference image I pulled up is a brilliant sort of, it's got that lino cut, sort of lots of really tiny lines as texture. Gives me a lot to work with. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Panagrote. Appreciate you commenting as much as you are. Keeping that engagement up. And the hyena says, can I request a last unicorn pancake for next time? This means you're going to have to watch the film now. You're right, I am going to have to watch the film. Yeah, you can probably request that. I don't know if, I guess you'd have to be in the chat and remind me, but I think I'm amenable to it. I'm certainly open to the idea. Now, this next component of this piece it's kind of a silly idea I have for the piece that I'm working on right now. Somebody mentioned spooky potion pancakes. One thing I've found is that there are certain designs, and a potion bottle is one of them. And I think it's because I grew up playing fantasy-based board and video games, like Dungeons and Dragons and stuff. But there's a part of my brain that is just wired to... It's like seeing a potion bottle and holding it in my hands gives me a hit of dopamine or something. Like it's the sort of thing that just kind of makes you like, oh, cool, I got the thing. Treasure chests are like that for me. Potion bottles are like that for me. Mario mushroom power-ups, you know? That was actually that's what started me having a career in pancake art. Was a Mario mushroom pancake that I made for a customer at the diner I worked at, and it changed my entire life.
Hello, I'm back.
She back.
Dan, I imagine you didn't see it, but the person who won the bid on the Lucario received it, and it came safe and sound, and she is thrilled about it. She made a post about it on Instagram.
That's really spectacular.
She said she was especially honored to have a piece from you.
Makes me feel special.
Ooh. Dan, I imagine you acknowledge this, but I'm going to acknowledge it again. Enna the Hyena on YouTube, can I request a last unicorn pancake for next time? This means you're going to have to watch the film now. Personally, I'm going to be jumping on the Joy of Pancakes streams soon. Dan's just sort of been taking them as I catch up on social media stuff, and he's kind of been the one leading this, so he's taken most of the streams.
Mm-hmm.
But I would love to jump on the stream, and I would love to make a last unicorn pancake. It's one of my favorite animated movies, so unless you need Dan to make it because you want to see it in his style, I would love to tackle that. Okay, cool, we got a hell yeah at that. Thank you, Wella. Oh, is that Wella?
Yeah, it's Wella.
Hey, Wella.
How you doing, love? Do you have any potion bottles in your life? Not enough. You've sent me a potion bottle or two.
Me?
No, Wella.
Tina has a potion bottle right here in the arm.
It's such a cool item. This is a health potion. Hence red. Oh, you mixed blue, which is beautiful. I'm glad you mixed this blue.
Mm. It is really, really lovely. Like aqua neon tealish color. contrasts great with red and pink. It's so cool to see you playing with colors more.
Yeah, I'm kind of forced to, you know? Okay. There's one thing that I'm going to draw that's going to tie this whole thing together.
Knew it.
I combined 3 prompts.
Yeah, I do miss making them. Who keeps turning my mic off? I don't think that was me that time. I don't think...
How's its battery life?
Empty.
There you go.
That doesn't mean anything. Okay, I guess I'll grab a new one. So Dan, this is a little unrelated, but I feel like it's kind of wholesome and I feel like you find it exciting. Guess who's visiting in a few days?
Who's that?
Yes.
Griffin?
Aunt Pat.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It'll be good to see her again.
She asks about you a lot. She thinks you're the bee's knees.
Oh, that's cool. I think she's the bee's knees.
Me too. It's actually why I was late to work today and got here at like 3 o'clock as I was Skyping my grandparents. It was really cute. They're so thrilled about the pancake art job, you have no idea. They're so proud. I'm like, I'm a pancake artist, and they're like, wow. It's very wholesome. They've always been the like, we're extremely proud of you, grandparents, you know, no matter what I do. It's very sweet. Neato. Interesting. So that's how you've been doing circles.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. I don't think I've seen any of us do a border like that, like scratchy.
And I'll go back and I'll tidy it up a little bit, but I think the scratchiness is kind of charming.
Hey, Becca's here. Hey, Becca.
Hey, Becca.
She says, hey, Dana. So, good to see you.
Yeah. I need to outline these so that the background I'm going to draw doesn't mess.
Wow, this line work is exceptional already.
I think it'll be pretty cool.
The way you do liquid is really cool. That's what you're doing.
Wood grain.
Oh, wood grain, okay. Well, textures in general.
Yeah.
You do that like squiggly with dots type thing. I think it's really cool and really unique. I don't know if I've ever seen anyone do it quite like you do.
Well, shucks. Thank you.
Enna the hyena. Oh, they said their internet died. I don't know if you heard this part, but I actually said that, you know, it's cool, I guess, if you want Dan to make it specifically, but I would be thrilled to make a Last Unicorn pancake. Dan's been doing all the Joy of Pancake streams so far, just sort of because this was like his idea, and he's been kind of taking the directorial like lead on it, while we've all got our other plates to spin. But I would love to jump in now that it's a scheduled regular thing. So I would be thrilled to make The Last Unicorn Pancake. It's one of my favorite animated movies. Holds a special place in my heart. Becca asks, how are you feeling today? I'm much better, thank you. That's really sweet of you to ask. Still dealing with a lot of fatigue, which is a little annoying. I slept until noon again today, after setting my alarm for 10:30 and feeling like the weight of the world was on me, like physically. I was like, I'm going back to bed, and I am not someone who sleeps until noon, usually. So that's a little bit of an issue, but I escaped my grandparents this morning, and they're adorable old people. They are the cutest kind of grandparent, and so that was sweet. So that was a nice, like, semi-start to the day. This looks so good. But thank you for asking.
Set some of those lines a little there. Is spooky.
Dungeon going here.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember one of the weirdest requests at an event I ever got was somebody asked me, it was at a Dungeons and Dragons convention, of course. They asked me for a dungeon. I was like, that's a really interesting thing to tackle, because for one, dungeons are not just one thing, you know? Like, it's not like a castle, where a castle is like, it has a silhouette. A dungeon is just like several, like possibly dozens of corridors, and it's very vague. It could look like anything. That was really interesting. I remember it was a cool pancake. I'll be right back.
I'm feeling really good about this one.
Yeah. Man, am I so sick of this stupid iPhone. I feel like literally every time I look at it, it says I have 10% battery.
Dana the Hyena asks on YouTube, Dana, do you like Gen 1 My Little Ponies Rainbow Bright or the original Care Bears?
I never grew up with, Gen 1 was, like, way ahead of my time, and so I guess the only way I would have been able to watch it is, like, if my parents happened to have it on, like, VHS or something. That was the case for me and Pee-wee, like, Pee-wee's Playhouse. Like, the only reason I saw it is because my parents were fans, because, you know, it wouldn't have been on the TV in my time, nor the Care Bears. So, not really. I grew up with the new My Little Pony show. That was out when I was about 12. I watched that a little bit more. Sorry. Oh, Elmer, thank you so much. They wish us a lot of success. And it's in their dreams. From them to our team. Thank you. Speaking of our team, you know, I saw Jimmy.
He's in there.
Jimmy's here. Jimmy's part of our team. He's not here as often. He's like our backup guy. Would it be too much to ask that you tell me when you're gonna do like a big fill?
That would not be at all too much to ask.
Thank you. Noodle Princess says this is my aesthetic. What? Sorry, Willa. Thank you for the heads up. It might be my volume. I was basically whispering. How about now? Can you guys hear me okay if I'm talking this loud? It's a little too quiet. I can't adjust it, so just let me know. Sorry for all the audio stuff. It's just on my end, though. Becca says, my favorite TV show growing up was Scooby-Doo. I thought I was a detective because I always tried to solve the mystery before the show revealed the bad guy.
And that would make it so difficult.
You know what's funny is, like, I just never really got into mysteries. My mom was a big fan of,
Oh, I'm gonna do a big fill, I'm sorry.
That's okay. I was eyeballing it.
Ready?
Yes. That is such a cool color choice for a skull. This is gonna look so sick.
I hope so.
Are y'all seeing these color choices? Damn. That is gonna look so tight.
Shucks. Shocks.
I was gonna say though, I never really got into mysteries. My mom was huge on Nancy Drew, and she tried to get me to read them. Any other fills, just let me know. I think this will be the last one. Every time I'm here and you're making a pancake, I get the itch to film it, but I also have like 10 of these that I could put on TikTok, and I'd like to burn through those first. Can't help it. Willa asks if this is a crystal skull.
I guess that, honestly, that depends on how it looks when I flip it over. I have no idea.
That's the general answer. Could be.
It might be. We'll see how it looks on the other side.
Hyena on YouTube says it looks so spooky. Colors on this are so appealing. That like bright orange tan with that neon aqua.
I'm gonna do some shadow here on the table. Might do a little.
Neat.
We'll see if that does what I want it to do.
I think I know what you're going for. Heck, I have enough good footage of this. This might just be like an Instagram video.
That's what good footage sounds like. Okay, now
I love the gradient light effects you're doing. I see what you're doing. I see you. Becca asks if you're using a blue gradient on the skull because you don't have enough gray variation.
I guess that's kind of the reason. I've also just found that like it can be prettier, you know, like to try more colorful colors, more like bold color choices. You end up with designs that it still clearly communicates what exactly it is that you're trying to draw. It just does it in a way that gives it a more character, more vibrancy. I really picked that up from you, Dana.
Yeah, thanks.
You helped me figure color out a lot more thoroughly than I used to have it.
Well, thanks. I know for me, one of my favorite principles of art is that shadows aren't gray. Like, very rarely do you have a perfect gray shadow. Like, take a picture and, like, put it in Photoshop and color grab, like use the eyedropper tool, any spot that looks grayish or whitish or even blackish, and you will find that it's like, oh, you know, if you go to like see it on the color wheel, it's like, oh, that's a dark teal. Oh, that's a, you know, very, very light purple. And that's affected by a lot of like environmental factors, like what's going, like light reflects off of just about everything. So if you've got a blue lit room, everything white in there is going to be blue tinted, you know? It's really fun to play with, and you can get away with a lot more than you think.
Like, for instance, I was thinking that I would color the stones in here gray, and then I thought, you know, I'm pretty sure that this cool green will communicate the idea the same. And I took the time to do those splashes of blue to sort of round them out and give them more of a body. So we'll see how this turns out.
Well, I think what you end up getting, and what you're getting with this, from what I can tell, is an environment that is cool and like has this cool oppressive environment, I guess. You know, you're underground, assumedly.
Seems that way.
And so it's like everything might be cool and damp and like blue tinted, but then you've got these pops of orange with the fire, but they don't extend far enough to make everything orange. Color theory is fun.
Becca Roberts says Dana is the Lisa Frank of pancake art over on Facebook.
Well, thank you.
I think that's fair. And the Hyena asks, do we like the TV series Supernatural? I haven't seen enough of it to tell you whether or not I like it. I know it's a huge fandom. Elise Taylor on Facebook says, hey guys, just tuning in. Excited to see how it turns out. I'm excited to share it with you, Elise. Appreciate you watching.
This one's going to be...
I think this is going to be a pretty neat one.
Well, and then another thing to consider about color is that any cool colors, because the pancake batter is naturally a tannish yellow and cooks to a tannish brown, any cool color needs to almost be exaggerated before it could, like when laying it down, it's good to use an exaggerated tone because it's always going to be a little muted. We take precautions to make it not that way. We take precautions to, like, for example, I've been putting white in my purple and blue for a minute now, or double the dye, or whatever. Because what happens, if you know anything about color theory, purple and yellow are on the opposite ends of the color spectrum, meaning that when you cook more yellow into the purple, it becomes grayer, because two colors at the opposite ends cancel each other out into gray. Same happens with red and green, blue and orange.
Over on Twitch, the Noodle Princess says, "This has been my favorite to watch come together." I think y'all really hit me right in the brain with make something spooky, make something potion, and make something pancakes. So
It's like your 3 things.
that's my things. Spooky
just-
potion pancakes.
It's just all that's missing is shapes.
Yeah. Well, I made them with shapes.
Yeah.
So.
That's a really good skull. I can't wait to catch this flip. Please let me know before you. Just in case I'm staring at a butterfly or something.
Elise Taylor on Facebook says, "I just noticed the Beast Stars pancakes in the background. Love them. Also seeing that beast back there." Yes.
Thanks.
Those
I'll
are-
miss the beast so much.
Yeah, it's going for like $200, isn't it?
Yeah, but I don't want it to.
Yeah, I know.
I
You know, that's
love
the cool
this.
thing, Dana. We can always make another.
There. Excuse you.
As if you can't.
As if this didn't take me 4 hours and is
Make-
one of a kind no matter
Make yourself
what.
make yourself a Christmas gift.
Make yourself a Christmas gift.
I did. It's called a mimic. It's on my wall at home.
That's fair.
The Beast Stars video is gonna go up
Tomorrow.
tomorrow. Cool.
Yeah.
Neat.
So
So-
you get to see those up close.
Yeah.
Alright. Give
Excited
me a
about those.
big warning here. And don't forget, big dramatic flips are the best. However big you can muster it. Makes for good thumbnails. Even when I'm just trying to hang out, I just can't turn off. I'm like TikTok material.
I mean, it's very. I mean, I can't blame you, like, because you've done it before and you've like thrown together videos that took you like half an hour, 45 minutes to make, and they've done gangbusters.
That Mew, the most popular video we've had in years, was just me being like, yeah, I'm filming.
I'll throw this together.
Chadwick was one that I was like, oh, I'll stay late and I'll do that, and it seems like an insignificant thing, but then boom, 1 million views in like a day.
It's pretty cool.
It's I try to keep a keen.
You ready,
instinct
Dana?
on- Let me make sure you're on the overhead. You were on the overhead, but I want to make sure you stay
You
there.
just press numpad 1 next time. It's a
Okay.
hotkey. Here we go. 3, 2, 1.
Ooh. Wow. Wow.
That's pretty cool.
Dan, what the heck?
That's syrup.
So yeah, it's like, as colorful as that is, that still communicates to me, if a little exaggerated, gray.
Yeah.
You know, it still looks like a dark, damp dungeon.
The people on the internet think it's neat.
We got a lot of capital letters.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's a very cool pancake.
Man.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah, that's cool.
Cool as heck. Look at the clearness on that potion bottle.
Yeah.
Look at the details on that skull. Look at the background.
Mm-hmm.
dude. Look at the glow. Those are glowing.
Mhm.
Look at the light reflection. What are you doing, man?
I don't know. It's the joy of pancakes. I'm being joyful.
Cool. That'll make for an excellent TikTok video promoting the joy of pancakes.
Yeah, I'm really happy with that. I think that's real neat.
Drop a snake if you think that Dan did like a solid C+ skill.
At least a C+.
And drop an apple if you think it's below that, and there is no third option.
I think those are some really good prompts from the class there.
Sure you
Oh, it's sliding. Hold on.
do.
There you go.
Come on, you can do it there. Thank you.
Uh-huh. The Noodle Princess says, "This is my aesthetic." Elise Taylor, pancakes in a pancake inception. Let me put it on the overhead while I hold this.
Oh, my
Show
bad.
off for a minute. Becca Roberts, lots of exclamation points. Amazing. I'm really glad everybody likes this so much. It makes me feel real good. Sway says, "The pancake looks amazing. Greetings from Germany. Greetings from the United States. Thanks for checking us out."
And I would just like to remind anybody, especially if someone is not terribly familiar with what we do, like if they're just a new time follower, these are edible.
Mhm.
If Dan wanted to, which he shouldn't because it's gorgeous.
Yeah, we're
and
gonna
we
preserve them.
But if Dan could take a bite out of that and have, like, it's not like, oh, I have dye on my tongue, so there's so much dye, or oh, it tastes like food coloring. These still taste like pancakes. This is no different than an IHOP pancake you'd get, and I think that's the funniest thing that we just kind of forget. I'm still mad at the way that the light is reflected, like, from the candles. Like, there's a flame back there, and so of course it's casting, like, a light through the red potion. Enough. Too much.
I feel good about it.
That's not allowed.
Neat. Sometimes when I make a piece I really like, I'll just sit and I'll enjoy it for a minute.
It was a nice touch making the, oh my god. Nothing. The plate of the, pancakes teal too.
Yeah, I felt like it was a stone platter. Well, how about one more prompt, y'all? I got started a little bit earlier, so. Do you want to do one, Dana?
Sure.
You sure?
What's our policy on acknowledging certain things in live streams?
What are you pointing at?
Pigs.
Oh, don't worry about it. I'll get it.
I mean, it's not like centipedes are indicative of, like, a gross house.
Well, right. I mean,
everywhere.
we live in Missouri. They're everywhere. I'll deal with it.
Oh, it like went between us across the floor, and that's why I went, oh my god.
Okay, you go ahead and it's just adding to the spookiness. It looks like people want more spooky stuff. So why don't you work on? I'll work on dealing with our spooky centipede problem, and you work on.
Centipede's just like I like.
I was looking for something like, I don't know, problematic.
Well, and I feel bad.
What's our policy saying things on streams? Like, there's just like
there's a cancelable thing in the corner.
A cancelable thing in the corner.
Who put all our canceling stuff there? Cut the overhead.
Cut the overhead. The Noodle Princess, definitely my favorite to date. You really popped off, sir. I appreciate you saying so. And yeah, so now you get to improv something spooky.
I did not expect to be on camera today. Hey, everybody.
Magical animal, a chimera.
I would build a draw chimera.
Ghost something, that would be cool.
I like chimera. Chimera is in there. And chimera is cool because that's like a category. Like, a chimera is actually, if you look it up in the dictionary, it's like made of a bunch of different things. Ghost cat, that's cool. Headless horseman, that's cool.
Some very good suggestions.
Could you grab me my phone? It's plugged into the ceiling thingy.
Yes, do you want me to plug it in over by you?
Yes, please.
Cool.
Because I will need it. Okay, so ghost cat is fun. I actually made a really cute Halloween cat just this last Halloween, so I don't know if I want to go cat again. I like chimera. I think chimeras are cool, and I think they're like, I don't know, I've never seen someone do like a ghost chimera.
That would be cool. Chimeras, at least from what I understand, chimeras have cat heads.
Yes, that's what I'm thinking.
So you got the trifecta.
I can make a chimera kitten.
A kitmera.
It's just a cat.
Oh, that sounds cute. A super spooky, super cute chimera kitten.
Oh wow, some of this art is so dope. And I love it too because you can just go crazy with your imagination. Some of them are lion, ram, and dragon, and some are, you know, lion, goat, snake, but the snake is the tail, not a head. So, I mean, that's a fun suggestion, the baby, but there's a part of me that wants to be like, I don't know. Maybe I can make both. I'm just gonna pull up a good enough reference of a chimera. The one I grew up with had a lion head, a goat's head, and a snake tail, so I'll probably stick with that. Some of them have like dragon wings and head. I draw enough dragons though. I like snakes. Snakes are dope. So, alright. Guys, I'm just gonna wing it, I think. That was a mocking me, I was just saying that. Okay. Yeah, let's see what we get here. Let's do something vaguely spooky, vaguely cute, vaguely fun, vaguely creative. Just real vague all around. Real vague hours. Ooh, And of the hyena, I like that little contribution in terms of detail. For any of you not on YouTube, I won't say what it is, but I actually really like that idea. So this is gonna be fun too. And sorry for the wait, guys. I'm just trying to like gather. Oh, wham. Just trying to gather my thoughts a little bit. But here we go. What?
Becca Roberts on Facebook. Just make sure it's not a Full Metal Alchemist chimera. Lol. Yeah, Dana doesn't know that. It's a very dark take on a chimera.
Can I know about it, or is it not for this live stream?
I don't know. I mean, it's anime. All of our fans are anime nerds, so.
You just call our audience weebs.
No, I called them anime nerds.
That's a weeb.
Okay, yeah. I mean, Weeb Credit City. 8888
There's
Weeb
anything
Credit
wrong with
City.
that, but it's just a very funny blanket statement. Like, all of our Pancakes fans are weebs. Every single one.
They're also all 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Should probably curse less then.
They gotta learn somehow. Becca Roberts says, Dana should know about it. Watch Full Metal Alchemist if you get bored and need something to watch.
That's what I see all the time when people are talking about, like, the best anime of all time, so probably.
Wella over on Twitch says, it's the only joke that we Full Metal Alchemist fans got. The joke is that you've probably even seen one of these memes that in one of the, I think it's one of the early episodes in the series too. Ed and Alphonse stumble upon this guy who, you know, all these alchemists are trying to like do magic with matter and like combine things and change things, and everybody wants to do all this stuff. And this guy, I can't remember what he was trying to do, but he was trying to bring back his wife or something like that. I don't know,
no.
but he combines his daughter with their dog. And it's pretty horrifying. And people in the Fullmetal Alchemist community will like constantly make off-color jokes about I don't know any of the
I hate this.
Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can find one of the.
Wait, what did it have to do with him bringing back his wife? He tried to bring back his wife, and
well, you know, you gotta
gotta
have matter. You gotta have like substance to do it. Like, I mean, the whole premise of the show, like the very first episode, is about how, like, you know, the dude in the suit of armor is literally just a disembodied spirit in a suit of armor because he lost his body as the brothers tried to bring their mom back to life. Like, it's very dark, you know, anime stuff.
As is on brain for me, this pancake is going to be bigger than I wanted it to. So, I am going to... It's hard for me to keep it small when I'm freestyling. It's like my brain wants to run around. It's like telling a toddler to can only stay in like a 4-foot radius. It's gonna be like, zoom. Okay.
I googled FMA jokes, and it's all the same joke. It was perfectly correct.
Well, it did not lie.
When you're a dog person. Or, she and her dog are best friends. They're practically inseparable. Or, people always ask me why I like Nina Tucker memes. Nina Tucker is a little girl. I tell them it's a combination of 2 things, actually.
Hey!
Becca Roberts on Facebook is answering the context. He was a professor who needed a research grant. He was desperate to show progress in his research so that he wouldn't lose his funding, which is much worse than trying to bring his wife back.
Capitalism. The true Chimera.
Hot philosgos. At least Taylor on Facebook says, out of curiosity, how do you guys do commission type things? Like if someone wants to buy a custom one, that's a great question, Elise. You can actually send an inquiry straight to hank@pancakes.com, and I will actually type that email for you right here.
I don't know what the bottom of a hook looks like.
Hank@pancakes.com. Hank is our booking manager, our logistics guy. He's the one who comes in and answers all the emails for us, so we're free to do all this stuff, show off on stream and stuff like that. If you have a real, like a commission that you want us to make that we can preserve forever for you, reach out to Hank and we'll work a price out for you. We'll figure out what design you want, and we'll come in and we'll mix all the batter for it and we'll take our sweet time making it as beautiful as we can, because we're very, very grateful that that's something we can do for people now, and so we take it very seriously. There's also a booking form on the website, pancakes.com, but I mean, yeah, you can just as well just email Hank. It just goes straight to his email, so either way is fine. We really don't have a set price on that stuff. It's usually $200 is the low end, because that's the process of making the art, our time, and then the resin and framing process is a whole other thing. But it can be more than that depending upon how complicated the design you want is. Like if you want multiple face portraits in a single thing, or a particularly large design or something like that. But yeah, just reach out and we'll make it happen for you. Becca Robert said, hot take there, guys.
What?
Oh, about the
capitalism.
capitalism. More like, slap it, Alism. I'll be right back, y'all, for more of my funny
Where are you going? Right, more
jokes.
material?
Yeah. I'm gonna go see a girl about a dog.
What?
I'm sorry.
Hey everybody. Here I am. It's me. Dan is gone. Not my best baby goat in the world, but not my worst either. Yeah, sorry, Becca. He'll be back, I guess. Or not. I don't control his life. Alright, now I need baby snake. Thank you guys for being patient. I want to make sure I do these animals right. I need a snake looking at the camera. Oh, hey, perfect. Perfect. I think you guys are really gonna like this one though. I think that looks okay. I've got a shaky hand. I drank a lot of coffee, so results may vary. I was watching a video yesterday about a hand model. That was literally his whole thing, is his hand was in like a zillion commercials. And he said he couldn't drink coffee the day of any of the shoots or else his hands would shake, and he's gotta have like these perfect hands for holding stuff. You know, like moving his hand in a commercial, holding a can of Coke or whatever. So I'll do my best. It's a little tricky. And I'm fighting shaky hands, but luckily we're getting more into the color segment, which means the detail work is almost done. Fortunately, though, that's why I got these shaky lines, which I'm not too happy with, but I did not expect to be making pancakes at all today, so doing my best. She's not panning out exactly like I want it. And luckily this didn't get too huge. It didn't get too ginormous.
How you doing in here, Dana?
I'm good. I just realized, can you record while we're going?
I don't think so.
That's too bad. To make for an excellent video.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give people what they want.
I mean...
Well, I mean, there's no use now. I already...
Yeah, you've started.
Well, sometimes he starts them at the outline. It's not ideal, but...
Yeah, I don't think so.
Okay. Let's not mess with it. I don't want to... harder than it has to be. You could go ask Hank, he's outside.
Cool.
Didn't expect to be doing pancakes today. I'm shaking like a leaf. I had like 2 cups of coffee right before I came here.
I'll be back in a second.
Give this a little bit more forced perspective. What you do when you're having trouble pulling something off, like a non-shaky thing, like my hands are shaking, you make it a stylistic choice. No one ever knows. That's what I do sometimes when I'm making comics and my hand's really shaky. It's like, alright, no perfect cross-hatching. That's kind of what I'm doing with the grass, which is not going to look great, but hey. Oh, thank you. I'm just seeing all the comments saying that I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Also, that is an interesting question. What would a Pokemon Chimera look like? High roar, speed Shadow and Arbok? I guess so. I'm gonna get a little funky with my color choices. Yeah, I could fill in this lion's eye with just white. Fun in that. Oh, right, I was gonna make this like a white lion. That was a really good suggestion. Okay. Oh, right. One thing to never forget when you're drawing any kind of cat. Whiskers are important. W-I-A. W-A-I. Not very good at math.
It can be done. We just aren't going to be able to do it right now because there's no hard drives in any of the cameras. So. But we can always pull the video from YouTube if we want to.
Isn't it low res?
It's probably lower res than it would be from the cameras, yeah.
I mean, if it's high enough res to put on platforms,
then
I don't care. That'd be awesome.
Well, and you'll have the cool thing is there's like 14 different kinds of media that we're creating right now. You know, like you're going to take a photo. We can do TikTok stuff. There's, yeah. Yeah, this is going to look really cool.
Bet.
So cute. Oh, baby Chimera. Chimerin' it up.
Doing kind of a Simba here with the brown rimmed ears.
Trisha Killian is eating cereal now. LOL.
Sick.
That sounds fantastic, Trisha. Michaelia. Hey, Michaelia. Thanks for dropping in over on Facebook. Says, God, I'm so freaking amazed by you guys. Pancakes has come such a long way, and I'm so glad I've been able to follow the journey. And I'm so glad you've been a part of the journey, Michaelia.
Thank you.
I see your updates every now and then, and it's nice to see you doing okay. Wella over on Twitch says, you're doing great, sweetie.
Yeah, I saw. Thank you.
Okay.
Speaking of how far we've come, I talked about it on yesterday's stream, but this week is my 4th pancake anniversary, which means it's been exactly, give or take a few days, 4 years since I tried pancake art for the first time. Saw pancake art for the first time. That's why I call it a week. It's because like I saw pancake art, and then a few days later I got the stuff, then a few days later I posted, and then y'all saw it. And I was just like, who are these?
And the rest, they say,
was terrible, and I regret it
every moment.
Every moment.
And the hyena on YouTube says, so cute and small and precious.
That's the vibe I'm going for. That is the vibe I'm going for. Appreciate y'all being patient. I feel like I'm going a little slower, but...
Hey man, it's the joy of pancakes. Are you joyful right now? Do you feel joy?
Yeah.
Because that's what matters.
Okay. I need a picture of a lion cub.
Good thing you got the whole internet at your fingertips. Michaelia says, thanks, Dan. Maybe I'll come visit you guys at some point. That would be absolutely fantastic. You'd come check out our studio. Maybe you could make some pancake art. I know that you used to do it. I don't know if you still do it, but I'd love to show you around and hang out. Wella over on Twitch says, I'm so joyful. That makes sense. You're a joyful person, Wella. You always make me happy.
So, one thing that I always forget about lion cubs, and I think a lot of people do, is that they're spotted. They are covered in spots.
Spotted speckle cats.
Speckle cats. So, I could be a normie and use gray for shadows, but I'm not Dan. So I'm going to use this color for shadows. I'm sorry, what does that mean? You didn't hear it, did you?
I mean, I don't care what you do. I think I trust you.
I was just messing with you.
Anna the Hyena says, my sister wants to know if you are streaming on TikTok. We are not. TikTok does not have integration with our Restream client.
Yeah, which is sad.
We've talked about a solution to that.
Yeah?
Well, yeah, because Ben talked about building a fake box that we could then stream to Instagram and TikTok.
The issue you run into is different. Like, we're filming in, 16:9 right now? Which means it's horizontal. Like, hot dog.
I mean, I feel like TikTok would be cool with the live stream with just, like, a static angle.
But it's vertical, which, yeah.
Right, you could just have a phone right here.
Yeah, and that's all I'm trying to point out is, like, we can't, you can't put something horizontal on TikTok.
Right.
Same with Instagram Live. It's really funny how all the platforms are different, which is something I've gotten acquainted with doing social media.
Yeah, I feel like it would be pretty easy to build a tripod that held 2 phones, you know?
Yeah, for sure.
It'd be pretty straightforward. And the Hyena on YouTube says, oh, thank you anyway. Yeah, we'll probably do it at some point.
Yeah, no worries. Without telling you that. We try our best to be as accessible to all platforms as possible. We really do. It's just a little bit of a statistical nightmare. This is gonna be really cute, y'all. Y'all are gonna die seeing this. I really enjoy, it's not obvious, making wild animals, and especially ones with markings. Like, I'm having a blast trying to, be blue shading, I guess? I think I'm gonna take a little page out of how Dan did the dungeon and sort of set this in an environment. So, like I was saying earlier, for anyone who's just joining, that colors that you think are gray or white or black are very, 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 very often, the majority of the time, affected by light around it. So, for example, I picture this as a beautiful sunny day, and on sunny days, without a lot of clouds, the sky is blue. And even though the sky is not the sun, there's still a lot of reflective light off of the sky, which means white things that are outside are almost always going to be tinged blue. So I'm going for a little bit of I hope it looks white when I'm done, but it's mostly blue. Trying to go for this indigo to neon teal to white type thing. I'm really enjoying this though. I missed making content. Making art like this makes my heart sing.
I hope that you'll do more of these.
Oh yeah, me too.
Amanda Riballer on YouTube says hi. Isabel Duncan Webster on YouTube says adorable. Hey, thanks for dropping some comments, y'all. I'm not sure how long you've been watching, but it's nice to see some new names in the chat. Appreciate y'all watching.
Alright. Let's see what I can do here. So we're going to put that white in. There's a part of me that doesn't want it to be too stark of a difference, but I also recognize that sometimes stark lighting can look really neat. You know, because obviously this blue and this white are not close at all. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that y'all don't mind me talking like art stuff, because I am really, really into color theory as of late. So, probably gonna get quite a bit of that, but I figure someone's finding it interesting. So there's our white lion. What goat teeth is it? Goat mouth. That is a horse. Literally the first thing that comes up is a horse.
And the hyena on YouTube says that they don't mind at all. You talking about your nerd stuff.
You love doing it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? I'm not even going to think about the teeth because you know what baby goats do? They go bleh. It's actually cute how often you see like baby goats' tongue when they scream. Hey, is it just me, gamers, or is it still August?
It's gonna be August forever.
No, it's still March.
Wella says, more nerd stuff, please. I must hear you geek. It's geeking time.
Let me sing you the geeky song of my people.
The song of your geekle.
So, I don't know if y'all saw that video of that little baby goat running back to its family. That viral video right now. But I would like
that was
to
great.
make this goat a tribute to that goat.
Yeah.
Goat.
Yeah. The goat. He screamed like a man.
Family. Such a sweet video. You pause. Oh, perfect. Got it.
Trisha Killian on Facebook says, I want a fainting goat. Goats are cute.
I don't think those are like...
That's just what they do.
I don't think you can tell by the coding or anything.
You just gotta scare them. Ooh.
Yeah, the only way to test is to yell at it.
Anna the Hyena on YouTube says, could the next theme be spooky? If we do one more after this.
Yeah.
We've been going on for a while now, so.
Oh, so I don't know. Part of this, the theme was supposed to be spooky, but then I got a cute idea, so it became a little less spooky. So sorry if that's what y'all were looking for. We're obviously gonna do. Dan, you want to say what times of the week we're doing this?
Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time.
Yeah. That's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's not even counting the Sunday live stream we do.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always going to be time to get y'all what you want. So just stay tuned if you didn't get exactly what you needed today. Ah. I do really love goats. I love that I have an excuse to draw a goat.
It is silly.
So, yeah.
And the hyena says, I meant for the next stream. There's no need to apologize, Anna.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We appreciate you clarifying. And when we do Wednesday, will be fun too. I mean, I feel like Spooky is going to be a mainstay for the next few weeks.
Blue into orange is gray. So we're going to take a bit of a risk here and see what this gray does. It'll work okay. Really excited to see this one. Very excited.
Yeah, it's looking like you get some really great colors coming out of it.
Yeah, you know, because I totally could have gone with tan for the goat, but I was like, a little fun.
Protecting California.
What was it there?
Don't worry about it.
You say something? So purple was going into orange. That would be... I feel like a warm gray, yeah?
Probably something like that. I think you'd probably get away with a bunch of different colors there.
Yeah. Cool. Ooh, I almost colored in something in the wrong place. This is still the little lion's arm. God. That's so annoying when you fill in a space and you go, that is not the right place for it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's cute. Ugh, I like it. Alright, and then lastly, but not leastly, baby snake. Snakes are shiny, so I'm gonna give this little, like, bit of shine. Under here. Got any comments, Dan?
Not at the present moment.
Okay.
Got 51 people watching though.
Damn. Hi, Gil. We've got orange, we've got blue. I feel like another nice touch would be green.
Green
It's
snake.
also just like a snake color.
Green is classic snake.
Okay, so that would lead into ish one.
Well, on Twitch says, I love the light green.
Thanks.
Isabel Duncan Webster says, can you do mountains, hills, and a river in a sphere, please? Well,
You've done that.
yeah, and they're very fun to do. I am... Hannah's on the way to pick me up in about 25 minutes. She's stopping at the grocery store. But you're welcome to continue the stream. It runs by itself if you want to. If you want to wind it down so you can do other stuff.
Yeah, I came in. I had no idea I was going to be making pancakes today, and I've got social media stuff to do. Sure. So I do think I'm probably going to call it after this one, guys. This one actually, what time is it?
It is about 4:36.
Yeah, this is going long already. And again, there's no shortage of these. Monday, Wednesday, Friday.
2 days from now, we'll be doing another one at 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time. So Isabel Duncan Webster over on YouTube, if you pop into the next stream we do on Wednesday, I would be happy to make that for you. Excuse me.
I'm admittedly very sad we're not recording this, like, as a time-lapse. Hoping there's a way we can figure out how to do that, or hopefully maybe we could even grab the footage from YouTube, because, like, this is going to be a grade A pancake, I think.
We should be able to.
Appreciate all you guys watching, by the way. I'm having a blast. I hope you're having a blast watching. Or at least just enjoying yourselves. Lord knows why I made the flower orange and the butterfly orange. They know the contrast. It works. Alright guys, we are nearing the end of this though. Thank you for your patience. Just going a little crazy for the grass here. Maybe a little shadow. I hope this one flips okay. Oh, Dan, you know what?
What's up, Dana?
I do still have to make that Bulbasaur.
Yes, you do.
So I might as well make it on stream.
Might as well. I think people would appreciate that.
And Hank says they did not need or ask for a video. So.
Cool. Becca Roberts says on Facebook, the orange flower will be a nice balance of color.
Thanks. I think so too. I also like it especially because it's bright orange against blue, which is always good for contrast. Orange contrast blue the hardest. Alright, fellas. Dan, can you hit me with an overheat shot? Okay, yeah, that is crooked. Let me straighten this out.
It's a big pancake.
I know. On brand. Rusty. So, yeah, no, I want to surround this with white first.
Isabel on YouTube says you should preserve that one. It's amazing.
Thank you.
Well, on Twitch says spoopy babies.
They're a little spoopy. They'll be spoopy when they grow up. Ugh, vlogging. Ah! This white is like almost totally clogged. Dan?
Mm-hmm.
Can you help me out?
Oh, sorry. Figured you could unclog it. Nah, can't unclog it. Doesn't seem clogged.
Do you not feel it?
I mean, yeah, here, like, there's stuff in it.
Watch. I'm squeezing it really hard.
Here you go, friend.
Thanks. Little bonus info for y'all. I really wanted to put wings on this dude, but it was just too cluttered with the heads coming around the sides. I think the idea of a chimera with wings is tight.
Hank's out there laying concrete.
Goodness, why?
You want to take a look?
Yes, it's the Aristocats. Full Metal Alchemist Aristocats. It's a baby chimera. Brand of cereal.
Kellogg's. Honey bunches of chimera. Becca Roberts on Facebook says, I'm excited for the flip. It's going to be a big one.
Me too. I know.
Be a dramatic one.
I'm
not trying to...
You're making me nervous because I know it's too big, and I'm just like, ugh. And every 2 seconds you go, man, that's pretty big.
That's a pretty big pancake, man. That's a...
You're like an NPC.
This is
Watch
a big
out!
one.
That's a big pancake!
It's a big one.
It's a big one. Alright. We like to quote the silly TikTok duets people make at us. One of them was a little girl lip-syncing Dan talking about a pancake, and it eviscerated me. I laughed so hard. Because Dan's like, oh great, it's loose. And oh man, this is a big one. And this girl's like, alright, here we go. Just like exaggerating her facial. Oh, God bless. Can you put it on overhead, Dan, so I can see what it looks like? Okay. Thoughts on a blue outline outside of the white outline, Dan?
I think it's probably good enough right now. I outlined these with just the one white because I didn't want to make the pancake any bigger.
I'm gonna do blue.
Okay.
A little blue sky action. My heart is being called to it. So, what I do when a pancake is humongous is I cover it on the back as much as I possibly can. So I'm going to fill in all these nooks, all these crannies. Fill in all of those little dips where the outline was, because the outline was the first thing I laid down, so it lays the lowest. And ideally, I want this back to cook alongside the main pancake, so I don't have burning while I'm waiting for this back part to cook as well. I don't want it to be liquid on the back, but I do need this pancake to be thicker. Dan, would you do the honor of filming this clip?
Of course. You want to do it on your phone so you have access to it easier?
Yeah. Give me 1 second. Here, could you, or I gotta...
Okay. Anna the Hyena says, thank you so much for these extras. I especially love the Ninetales and the baby Chimera bean.
Hmm. Thank you. This is gonna be really cute.
I think so.
I specialize in cute animals. That's my department. Cool Trick Ben has told us that he waits for the bubbles to pop and then he fills the bubbles so as to make them thick lads. Yeah, so you can take my phone down, see how much battery I have. Hopefully it's about like 20. Are y'all ready for this? Alright.
Is there an angle you want me to go for?
Yeah, I usually like it over there.
Just like from over here?
Yeah, just so you can see me. And me flipping the pancake. Like, it's cool to see a pancake flip, but people go crazy for the thumbnails where it's like, woo! And you can see the person making like a ooh face.
Should I slow-mo?
Yeah, why not? I can always, the nice thing about slow-mo I learned is you can adjust where the slow-mo is applied.
And
so
do I just press the button and it starts?
Yes, it's just like
I don't need to hold it?
Yeah, but don't start it yet because slow-mo videos take up a ton of space.
That makes sense.
I'll tell you one.
Cool.
Alright guys, drop a lion, goat, and snake emoji if you're hype. Please don't burn, please don't burn, please don't burn. It's not burning from what I can see.
This is gonna be pretty cool.
And then,
you tell me when, I'll switch to the overhead, and then I'll come...
I'll tell you when, you'll switch to the overhead, and then you can start the video, so you're good.
Alright, y'all. Here we go.
Alright. I need to put that in the Pancake story. Like, I just need to be like, well, and then one thing is, like, it's hard to find. TikTok's so weird. It can just, like, delete videos that still exist, and you just can't find them, but they're still there. So I have a hard time finding that duet sometimes, but when I do, it's a good day. I also screen recorded it once, so it's fine. Alright, we ready?
You're ready?
Almost. It's like really close though. I just need it to move, and it's like...
Yeah, it looks like it's about ready. Okay, yeah, that's good. Alright, I'm gonna switch to the overhead. You ready?
No.
Oh,
I'll tell you when it's ready.
Alright.
Rush boy.
I don't know. I I see it moving.
It's not moving. Trust me, I can feel it. Like it's moving a little, but it's resisting. I hope I didn't tear it. Okay. Whew! Okay.
Got 30 seconds. It's on the overhead. And ready?
Yeah, we going?
It is recording on slow-mo.
3, 2. Woo! Alright, I flipped it.
Jeez.
Wow. Thoughts on that one? Oh, my
Handsome.
heart is hammering. Woo! I did it!
You did it.
I flipped it.
Flopped.
Really glad it didn't rip. It felt like I tore it a little bit. Yeah!
Here you go, friend.
Thank you. You put that tomorrow and get stuff done? Sick.
Huh. Isabel and Becca both did the same set of emojis.
I told them to do that.
Oh, that's cute. I missed that. Noodle Princess says, "Damn girl," over on Twitch. Wella says, "Oh my goodness, so precious," in all caps.
Ah, I should have outlined that butterfly in white.
It works. It works brilliantly.
Thanks.
You did a good job.
Thanks. Straighten this out.
That's a charming little pancake there.
Thanks. I like how dimensional that goat head is.
Mm-hmm. Very good.
Thanks. I guess we just gotta wipe down the griddle better.
We what?
The black.
Oh. Might have been on one of the bottle tips.
But it's smeared all over.
Oh.
Alright.
Well, it says you did so wonderfully. Anna the Hyena says my head will implode with how cute it is. Purple Anubis says amazing. Elise Taylor says, ah, so cute, looks amazing.
Thank you guys.
Getting a lot of love. Getting a lot of love in the comments section there, bud.
Thanks.
Exceptional emote.
Thanks. Yeah. Woo.
Cool.
This was a big one.
I'm probably going to be getting out of here in a second here.
Okay.
But you're going to do the Bulbasaur, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, I gotta.
All right. Well, we're going to go ahead and leave this this stream going, I guess. If that's
Yeah.
cool with you.
Could you hit the overhead one more time before I
Of
played it?
course. Of course.
And then maybe, I guess you can just leave the pancakes here, but just as long as Hank knows he needs to put them somewhere.
Well, when you go to shut the stream down, just put them back in the shot so people can see the roundup, you know?
Gotcha. Do you put them in the freezer usually? Or
Hank usually puts them in the freezer.
Okay.
So you can just be like, hey, Hank! Henry!
Yeah, Purple Anubis, I am very used to stressful flips at this point. This honestly wasn't that bad. I've had some, the beast was terrifying, not only because it was bigger than this one and longer, it took way more time, but it actually started to rip in midair, which is why you have to do it so quick, because if you hesitated, it'd rip, but you gotta let its inertia carry it to safety. So yeah, appreciate it, guys.
The Noodle Princess says the content this stream has been top-notch.
Aw.
I very much appreciate you saying so.
And don't mind me, I always take a picture with my pancakes for the posterity. Got it. Which comes in handy, because I can send those to the people who want pictures from us. Gives it context, I think. I really like how all their eyes came out. It's funny. It maybe it's the batter, maybe it's how I laid it, but doesn't that look a little watercolor? See how that kind of smeared into each other?
Yeah, it's probably because the griddle was cooler when you started.
But it's always cool when I start.
I don't know. I always get... What?
Is that what are you saying to me?
That's what causes that.
Oh.
If the griddle's got residual heat and stuff, it sharpens the lines, which is why I tend to do it intentionally.
I don't think I need to plate this. I think
No,
I
you probably just
it
put
on
it right on the wax paper.
Alright guys, so I'm gonna cool down with a simple Bulbasaur again, because someone asked to purchase it as a preserved pancake, so...
I am going to come over here on the wide for a second and just say goodbye to everybody.
Let me just grab it.
I believe in you.
It's just
Yeah, just pull it. drag it across. Yeah, there you go. Thank you so much for watching this Joy Pancake stream. Dana's going to close it out with one more little pancake of something that we're making for somebody that wants it preserved. I'll be back in here at 2 p.m. Central Daylight Time on Wednesday, so 2 days from now. So if you want to drop in and hang out with us again, it was really awesome to have all y'all hanging out. It's cool to see familiar faces in the chat, and it means a lot to me that you're helping us make this into something worth doing over and over again. So I'm hoping to continue to build it up with Dana and Ben running a couple of them, and like this is the most fun I have at this, so it's really special to be able to share it with y'all. So thank you so much. I'm gonna get out of here, but take it away, friend.
I will take it far from you.
Far away.
Tell Hannah I said hi, have a good day, all that jazz. All right. Thank you guys for the love on this pancake. It's been a minute since I've done content. Like, was that an hour?
That one pancake was probably about an hour.
Oh, what? The longest I've taken in a while. I really like how a lot of it came out. There's definitely stuff I would have improved on had I had more colors, like more gradients. You know me and gradients, man. I go crazy. Alright, see ya. I will too. Alright, so we got Bulba. I just need to double check what the one on our website looks like. Yo, wouldn't man. Oh, I can just go to Instagram. Let's see that video. Dr. Pancake. Where is it? Where is it? Where? Here it is. Okay, let me. Okay. Okay. Alrighty then. So it's interesting because Dan actually made this Bulbasaur like a little off model, and so I don't know for the person who wants it. I don't know if I should make Bulbasaur look a little bit more like Dan's, which is a little more cartoony, or if I should make it. Come on, phone. Because there's Dan's Bulbasaur. You can see that. Then there's Internet's Bulbasaur. So interesting. I'm just gonna wing it, I think. We don't aim for perfection at Pancakes. And because that last one got smudged a little black, which can happen, like if you make a mistake and then you wipe black all over the griddle, like you wipe your line work, and leave a residue. Whew. Okay. Okay, I'm just going to use Dan's as a reference. It's pretty good. You know what? No, I'm just going to use at least the line work I'm going to do myself. Alright, here we go. Those eyes are a little too thin, I think. At least that one is. Let's see what I can do here. shaky hands. I feel like this Squirtle got Squirtle. I feel like this Bulbasaur got long. I mean, I think it's just less cute when it's that long. It's proportions and all that. So, no, screw it. I'm sure it'll look fine. Okay, so this is really bothering me because, like, the head looks great, but the whole body should end, like, way back here. So I think I might need to do a little surgery. Because, again, someone is purchasing this for their wall. And even if they don't notice anything in particular, it looks less appealing to make a cute character's body bigger than it should be in proportion to their head. It gives off less of that baby effect. Like, that's why we find little things with big heads cute, because they look like little babies. So I'm gonna go ahead and take away this. I don't think that's me being a perfectionist, because I'd be happy to ignore it. I just feel like it's really going to alter the final product if I don't fix it now. This part should be gone too, because that needs to dip lower. There. I think this is much better. There, much better. Alright. Not my best. Certainly fine. Everything's clogging today. There we go. Hello to everybody who's jumping in the stream. This is the last pancake I'm gonna do, and typically I wouldn't do something like this, or we wouldn't do something. This is my first Joy of Pancakes episode. We wouldn't do something quite like this. Like we try to get a bit more artsy in the Joy of Pancakes, but I had to make this one today anyways for a customer, so I figured I'd just make it on here. For anyone joining, hope you're having a good day. Feel free to ask questions. Hello, Ben is in on YouTube. What's up? Oh, nice, Brazil. Hello. Good to see you. I'm not a huge fan of the way Dan did spots on his, so I'm gonna change it up a little bit, I think. It's like a perfect Bulbasaur color too. Not sure how these colors are gonna work out. That is a very strong disparity there. So, guess we'll see. Ooh, actually, looking at the camera, that's kind of sick. It's like Bulbasaur staring into a bright light. I actually kind of really like that. So, there we go. Heat that up. Took a little longer than something this simple usually does, but going to a fan who wants to support us by buying a preserved pancake. We appreciate that. By the way, if you go to pancakes.com, there's actually a way for you to get whatever you want as a preserved pancake. So check it out if you want. That can be your favorite Pokemon, that can be a loved one, that can be a pet portrait, a portrait of you. Sky's the limit. I'll only mention it because that's what I'm doing right here. Whew. So, I'm gonna let that cook a little bit. Size isn't ideal, I wish it was a little smaller, but that's okay. What's up, guys? How we doing? Feel free to stick around after this Bulbasaur gets flipped. I'm going to be showing off the pancakes that Dan and I made today. After this, we'll be concluding this Joy of Pancakes, but never fear, we do it Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as of like last week. We just started this as a live thing, and we're really stoked to be sharing it with you all, and it's, you know, not going to be in any short supply. That's 3 times a week, and that's not even including the request live stream we do, which is different because those are event-style pancakes. And by event-style, I mean back when we were doing events, we would make a pancake every 5 to 10 minutes. Whereas this, obviously, is a little longer. And Dan and I actually made like art pieces today. Bulbasaur is cool and all, but you know, it's an existing character. We made like our own art. So, can't wait for you guys to see it. If you're just coming to the stream, I'm going to show off all 4 of the other pancakes that were made. Venison FF on YouTube, no worries. Pancake art is pretty easy to understand just by looking at it, and that's one of my favorite things about it, is everyone in the world knows what a pancake is. So, kinda doesn't need language. Almost there. Are we ready? Alright, here we go. Gonna make sure this is on the overhead cam. Alright. 3, 2, 1. Whew, alright. Huh. Not as good as I thought it would be. Yeah. I mean, it's alright. I'm sure you guys love it. So, you know. I don't know. There's a... eyes got a little silly. Oh, shoot. What do you guys think? Do you think that's good enough to preserve? Might need to redo it, if I'm being honest. Yeah. Well, either way, it's finished. It smells really good. And mistakes are delicious. You learn from every mistake. So, I'm not too bothered. So, I am going to go ahead and put this on wax paper. And you know what? First, I'm just going to plate it. And then, I'm going to show you guys all the cool stuff we made today. Nope. Nope. Switch the camera around. Can't keep up with it. There we go. So yeah, it could be better. Again, I didn't expect to be making pancakes today, so of course my hand's shaking like a leaf, which I think you can kind of tell. So I'm gonna redo it. You know, if it's going up on someone's wall, I want it to be as good as it can be. But that's okay. I'm gonna redo it later because I came in hours ago with work to do. Instead, I made a baby Chimera pancake, which is excellent. Don't get me wrong. Just not what I expected. So let's get these pancakes into frame. So there's baby Chimera. I'll first let me get all this nonsense out of here. This is the, I believe the first one of the day was Dan made Venus, which is brilliant and beautiful. Someone asked for a unicorn and someone wanted Ninetales from Pokemon, so we've got a unicorn Ninetales. And then, best of the day, in my opinion, is Dan's spooky skeleton, potion, and pancake. So don't worry, we'll cut to the overhead. There we are. Pancakes from today. And Bulbasaur. Good measure. So guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you to everybody who chatted, people who've been here from the beginning. It was a long one. But we will be doing this every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 2 to 4 Central Standard Time, or I guess I should just say starts at 2. They never end at 4. And we'd love to have you along with us. We like to take kind of like requests for what we're going to do, so I totally recommend being there for the stream if you want to have creative input. You know, the skull was like someone wanted spooky, and pancakes, and potion, and unicorn Ninetales. Someone wanted a Chimera and something spooky. I guess Dan picked Venus, but yeah. So thank you guys so much for watching. Really appreciate all your support. If you need anything else from us, dancakes.com. You can go to dancakes.com/store to check out any of these pancakes behind me. These are all up for auction. This one is running out of days. This one is running out of days. Chadwick Boseman. Actually, the proceeds will go to the Colorectal Cancer Alliance, as he passed away from colon cancer. So not only is the top bid going to be donated to that association, but a third party will match the donation, meaning that it will be doubled. So if someone bids 300, which it's, you know, I think it's over 200 at this point, this third party will also tag another 300 on there. So that's all cool. You know, that's all just a way of giving back, I suppose. There's a video coming tomorrow. There's a sneak peek of that on this wall. So, yeah. If you guys want your own preserved pancake, please go to dancakes.com. Merch, equipment, whatever you want. Pancake art stuff, it's gonna be there. So thank you guys so much. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you on Wednesday. 2 to 4 Central Standard Time. Be there. Or be a polygon with equal-sided lengths and made of 90-degree angles. Love you guys. Thanks so much. And bye.